And it's going to be Chihuahua for early attacks. Coming in first, another time we see some Super Barbarians, but they are mixed up with the Twin Hawk strategy. But other than that, Shooter, we notice right away some Skelly spells and invisibility spells. So see what he's going to do there. He opens the blimp right away.
Wants to try and get that multi-target Inferno, but more importantly, just get the Rage Tower down and out of the way here as well. Then we have, oh my, did he? Oh, he dropped the invisibility rather than the skeleton spells, Maxi. Such a huge mistake here.
Oh, yes.
I don't see how he can do anything at this point. Is he even going to get the clan castle?
Maybe, I don't know, it's close, and it's low! The Metal Builder heals it back up. He tried to go for it, and I think that was the right call, but unfortunately falls short, and that is definitely not how you want to start an attack, but now, in my opinion, it's all about securing that the 2-star. That's the most important thing now.
It has to be. It is a team game, so he has to lock up the 2 stars, push the percentage as high as possible so that his teammates can then get those 3 stars and hopefully bring them out to victory. He's got to just put this behind him, which he seemingly is at the moment, setting that funnel at the top. King and Queen nicely now working their way towards that Town Hall with the Golem protecting the Queen.
Yeah, but now I wonder if the King is going to be enough to take out that Town Hall as the CC is being lured, as the troops... Okay, the Queen is coming back, so that might give him the edge to get this Town Hall down. But he doesn't have a poison, remember? He wanted to take the Clan Castle out with the spells that he brought, the Skelly and the Rage and the Invisibility.
I feel like he might have had to freeze the Clan Castle troops behind the Town Hall, because now they're in front. His heroes are attacking them. He's trying to send the Super Barbarians in. Maybe it's just Hog Riders into the Town Hall at this point, because like you said, he has to get the 2-star.
Yeah, but I feel like he is still going all in. Not even now he's sending the Royal Champion or anything directly. Rather, he tries to hit the vulnerability so the Royal Champion is in it, which actually works so far. Luckily, he didn't find any skeleton traps, but while the Hawks are doing work at the top side, we really need that Town Hall takedown now. But it seems like the Royal Champion will get it one more shot. Yes, so that should secure the 2-star if he's able to climb over the 50% threshold.
Very well done, holding his nerve, making sure the Royal Champion could secure that Town Hall with the side swipe and allow the Hog Riders to drive the percentage, because the last thing you want to do is commit too much to the Town Hall and not get the 50%, let alone the high percentage. Like I mentioned, it is a team game. You can see his teammates giving him some praise there, just, you know, try not to worry about it. We got you 60%, at least he got that 2-star, but are the other team going to be able to capitalize on that? What do you think? Are Super going to be able to do this?
I do think so, because on average all of these players can get more than 60% 2-star in a hit, so that definitely sets his team off there and was not great for their momentum, I bet. But I feel like he looked very calm, but he was shaking like internally, because what he did there seemed like he was really, really nervous. In the end, I'm very happy that he was able to take the Town Hall out, because so far we have not seen any perfect war, you know? So with a 14-star war, you will still beat many, many teams around here. So they shouldn't really stop now. They should still keep on fighting. But first, a defense would be nice. So let's see what Super can bring to the table in their first attack.
I feel like even though there was a big defense, the pressure's still on here in order to capitalize on that. It might even, because it's so different to the norm, be a little bit more pressure on him. And look at the amount of sneaky goblins to attack Maxi.
That is a lot of sneaky goblins. He really wants to get that Town Hall, but other than that, maybe he wants to grab something else. Like, now he's got that out of the way. Now he can easily target the Town Hall already. So that would be like 7, 8 more sneaky goblins he needs, just 6. So 12 more to go. Interested to see what he is going to do with that. But first of all, that Town Hall needs to fall. And it does.
Fantastic job, done to perfection there as well. Just the right amount of sneaky goblins at each stage. And yeah, he's just using them to clear many of them high hit point storages rather. Sneaky goblins on the defenses only happens after they do get all of the loot-based buildings down. But now you see that's why. Very effectively get rid of those storages so the heroes don't get caught up and they follow the log launcher into this Clan Castle area.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we were talking about how Super is the big unknown to many of those teams. Of course, we have seen them a couple of times throughout the year, but especially their bases remain a huge secret. So we should take a look at that in the next attack as well, because you said it, they have a very well-known base builder who built for JX Tiger back in the day, and also in their qualifying stage they used burned bases from the other teams, so no one knew what they would come up with. But now let's concentrate on this attack, because also I feel like this is kind of out of the box with that many Super Barbs and Super Goblins.
Yeah, and with that hero push, he's managed to simultaneously pop both Rage Spell Towers. That looks fantastic in the middle of the base. But it does mean once they go down, he's just making small pushes to the left and then the right, just adapting based on where his heroes go at this point. So really nice job to reinforce the RC side with the balloons. Meanwhile, the Queen not quite getting in towards that single target Inferno. Do you think that's going to be a problem towards the end here?
Yeah, it might be, because now this Queen is shooting away at a wall. However, he's sending in the... he's already sent in all the Super Barbarians at the top side to try to tank for the Royal Champion. Now he has to invest a freeze as well, so that means he's out of spells. And if that Royal Champion gets into the range of the single Inferno, she won't have a good time. So it definitely, I think it comes down to the Queen wrapping around this base and going into the single Inferno, which can take a lot of time, given that he only has 30 seconds left. That could be a problem.
It certainly could be. Time ticking. He's got the Queen ability, but like you said, he's got to try and save that. Maybe he uses it through these initial defenses to push through.
She just retargeted, like she wanted to go outside of the wall. Okay, now she finally goes. Otherwise, if she would have gone for that army camp in the corner, it would have saved a couple of seconds. And to the seconds, it's coming down now, Judo.
Just going to fall short. Don't tell me it's another 99%. Oh, it's almost worse than the 98. Obviously, it's not, but it just pains that little bit more. Super B.L.T.X. obviously taking an early advantage, but not quite able to capitalize on that 3-star. Early Attax still got a lot to do, though, because they need to put that first attack behind them now.
Yeah, but it's still, even though it was a 99% 2-star, so it's a very high 2-star, that gives Early Attax a little bit of hope, because now they just need one defense and they could still win out of their own power with 3-starring the rest of the bases. So that would actually make so they could come back from this upsetting first big fail that they unfortunately had. So I think that will give them a little bit of motivation, but they have to, you know, put that also into an attack now.
Absolutely, you'd always rather have the stars on the board, because the stars are what determine the war. The percentage is great, but you need to have those stars, so you would always rather have the 3 stars. Can they get one themselves? Let's see what Early Attax got.
And it's going to be none other than Yatta. And we know that he is one of the fan favorites. We could already hear the shouts from the viewers that are here in the arena in Helsinki. And Yatta is not coming in with the Super Bowlers that he is so known for, but rather with a Queen Charge recall and then the Super Dragons.
Very interested to see how he plays this one. Typically on these styles of bases, notice he deployed the Queen directly at 12 o'clock. You don't have to worry about committing funneling troops. You can just allow the Queen to go whichever way she wants, to the left, to the right, and then you just flip the plan accordingly. Sending those Coco Loons in, getting some nice value as well. And brilliant use of the poison, get rid of the Headhunters early, and then notice that one minion in his army composition when that Lava Hound pops.
Yeah, great prediction there from you. And I think he wasn't sure if he was going to go out the CC, but he tried and he was able to, and that is a really nice value early on, extra value for the Queen early on. But now he also knows that he has to be quick in deploying those troops, and that's exactly what he does right away with the Super Dragons. Otherwise, time could be a problem. But now I think the biggest worry for him is the Town Hall takedown for now.
Absolutely. You always want a good split on the Dragons. Look, the use of the free spell there to the Queen, but she doesn't go down. That could be a problem.
Yeah, unfortunately, the air defense was not being tanked for by any other troops, so it was able to take out this Super Dragon. So that will be the question, if that investment early on might be a problem later.
This is the battle drill down to the bottom. Fortunately, the Super Dragons up there. I was trying to say we're going to dodge the poison, and one of them decided to go through. Battle drill still going through and popping the defenses, but really what he wanted with the Super Dragons is the core. Notice that Rage spell now, trying to just get any final defense as he can because his heroes cannot tackle that area.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And unfortunately, the Queen went back into this enemy Queen compartment, but now luckily she can wrap through due to the wall break that the battle drill provided. So very nice to have that in the mix as well. And while the Town Hall takedown went well for him, I feel like his troops are thinning out way too quickly there at the bottom of the base. And the Raged Up Multi-Inferno even takes out the healer. So that means no extra value for the Queen. And that is not the 3-star that they needed. In fact, it's going to be another quite low percentage 2-star here.
Yeah, you've got to say this will be difficult for early attacks. Now, did all he could in the end with the Super Dragons splitting, but 66% 2-star with the 99. I know it wasn't a 3, but momentum-wise, how do you think do you still get that confidence boost from a 99 as if it's a triple, or? I
definitely think so, especially if it's such a close attack like the one that we just saw. Like you know, throughout all the attack, you as a team, you hope for the defense. And then like when it comes down to the last seconds and it's either the 3-star or the defense and you get it, you will, like, your whole team will cheer and it will definitely boost you. But unfortunately, it didn't help their performance, and they really need to increase the star and percent count that they get with their attacks to come back into this match.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of nerves kicking in here with because we know they are a solid team, but let's find out if Super B.L.T.X can get the first 3-star of this wall.
Manta is preparing and now dropping his first troops, and interestingly we see another attack that is based on Super Barbarians and Super Goblins. Basically the same setup here, but a little Lalo included there, 9 balloons and a Lava Hound, so it feels like they are really dissecting the base, building by building, and have a plan for every single compartment there is.
Yeah, I really like this plan, using the sneaky goblins in towards the town halls. A little bit like what we've seen in back in 2021. I think this strategy was really popular. Sneaky goblins for the town hall, hero dive in one area. Let's see, he's got a lot of difficulty now getting this town hall. Only 8 sneaky goblins left. He's tested for the area. Oh. The haste spell is gone. He might have to use 2 invisibility spells here. That's a little bit early as well. He had to use the second early.
Ooh, the mortar shot once. And they still get it. It was a multi-mortar, so I think 2 shots might have killed the Super Goblins. So he did well in investing a little bit more there just to be sure with this extra invisibility spell to lead them into the Town Hall and then to take it out. But now that is done, and he is right away concentrating on the next part of the attack, using the Earthquake to first damage the defenses, but also the walls, so the lock launcher will open them even sooner.
Fantastic value there. That's always the good thing about diving into these areas. But wait, look at his heroes here, Max. King's gone on the outside. Queen is fortunately still there. So alongside the Yetis, he doesn't have a rage. Oh, he did have a rage to use there. So will he be able to get the Eagle and push the Queen maybe even in towards the Monolith?
Yeah, it's still looking okay as he has the Yetis tanking and the Raged Up Unicorn healing the Queen, but definitely he would have wanted the King and the tanking power of the Electro Titan, and yeah, he pops the Queen ability right away, but the Giant Bomb kills her! So the extra tanking would have been really nice. The question is, was that enough value? Can he still come back from it?
He's got the Skeleton spell and the RC ability alongside the 2 free spells, but you've got to say, with 3 Expos still up firing, the defending heroes, this is not going to be easy, and time is not on his side either. Has to use one of those free spells early, trying to save the Royal Champion ability for further into this backside of the base. Is he going to be able to get this? Still got 1 Valkyrie to try and reinforce as well once they move through.
Oh, he's not freezing, I think. Oh, no, oh, the freeze was late, but maybe he can still get the scatter shot. He got the Royal Champion out of the way, yes, and the scatter, but this Rage Tower for now will stay up, and with just 20 seconds on the clock and more than 17 buildings to be exact, still to go, and yeah, no more troops. This is not going to be the 3-star, so the score on stars is going to stay even between those teams, and it means we still have a match at hand, even though early attacks were not able to perform in their first 2 attacks. So the door is still open.
Still anybody's game, and I hate to say it, but we have seen it time and time again, where the teams are cranking away the percentage. They get such a big lead, but then they don't capitalize on the stars. And I'll just stop the conversation there.
Yeah.
I don't want to jinx anything,
yeah, no.
but it's certainly a likelihood. Somebody has got to get that 3-star and really put the pressure on the other team, because right now it seems like they're both struggling.
Yeah, absolutely. And what surprises me a little bit here is that Super is indeed coming in with a strategy that is not really expected, yeah? So it's something new, but they're not successful with it. You would think that they have practiced this a lot and know which bases to attack, but we have to wait and see how it goes for them in the next attacks. But for now, it's going to be early attacks next.
Lots of support from the audience here for both sides as well. Let's see what we can have. The Ice Hounds in this one. So an Ice Lalo attack, Maxi. I always like to see where they use it. But look at this. 2 invisibility spells with a battle drill to target the Rage Tower in the center.
He's smiling. I love this. He knows that everyone will love this, and it's working. We've seen it before, I think, once, but I don't even remember if it was Hiroya doing it. What I do remember, though, is that he is the highest hit rate player in early attacks, and there was some perfectly timed invisibility spells there to give the biggest possible value to the Super Wizards, and even though he didn't get the multi-inferno, I don't think he was intending to.
Yeah, the battle drill is Blizzard taking out a huge chunk there at the start. Smiles all around, but let's see whether he can get that 3-star. Electro Titan will make short work of the Lava Hound once it pops. So the pops are there. Notice the Royal Champion moving in from the top side of the base, not messing around here, so that she can move in towards the multi-target Inferno compartment. Meanwhile, the King and Queen can move into this southern area. And he's obviously just trying to then Lalo through the Town Hall area at the back.
Yeah, and the thing is, he can take out all the multi-infernos, most likely at least. With this Royal Champion in there. And this one multi-inferno in the core, you can notice that it is not raged up, unlike the other multi-infernos. So that is great value for the heroes, but Lalo has already started, and it's about the Town Hall takedown now. The Warden ability used early, and this is looking like a smashing 3-star from the highest hit rate player from early attacks.
Early attacks, like we said, it does not matter about percentage. It is a team game, and he has came through, smashed this base, not only tripling Maxi, look at the devastation, and over 1 minute left as well. What a turnaround, and Super B.L.T.X, despite being in the percentage lead, have got to pick things up.
Absolutely, and what a plan as well. We love to see that creativity from the players. Hiroya delivered when it matters, early attacks, but late 3-stars. Anyways, I think Super might have to come up with something else than the attack strategy they have been using so far. So it will be interesting to see if they switch it up a little bit for the next one.
Indeed, a huge round of applause for Hiroya there, because, like you said, very impressive. Always having something different. The teams, they understand who they're going up against. They build the bases to try and trap them. And then if you can think of something outside of the box, nobody tested that battle. He's good.
Yeah, I bet you are right about that. And look at this once again, the way that these buildings are set up, and you have to be quite accurate to cover all of those defenses, but Hiroya did it perfectly. And there were actually some traps in the building, and there we can see the team once more, how happy they are, because they know they are still in this. Even though they didn't have the start they probably wanted, so they might feel very happy, and Super might feel the pressure now.
Yeah, I mean, they're in the lead, essentially. So let's find out whether Super B.L.T.X can get a returning 3-star.
deep breath for Peng before he takes on Chihuahua's base. And yeah, he didn't listen to me, obviously, but maybe he knows better than me. He's coming in once again with the Super Goblin, Super Barbarian strategy. And maybe you guys at home can come up with a name in the chat already that we should give this strategy that I think has no name so far. It's the no-name Super Troop strategy so far.
Yeah, I'm sure over in Darian's social corner, he'll be able to figure out exactly what that is. Focusing back on this one, he's got to get the storages down, just about gets that one. So now you can see that one test Sneaky Goblin. Make sure to check the pathing to the Town Hall, but also that there's no traps. Then we send them all in alongside the invisibility, making sure obviously not to turn the Town Hall invisible because that would be a disaster.
Indeed it would be, and it seemed like this invis was even a little close, but it worked out in the end. Now let's see how Peng can get into the core of the base this time around, because we know that all the players so far have tried to funnel the outside building with their super troops, but it didn't work all of the times. Now the Queen can take out this Expo from outside, and let's see if she steps out, steps into the multi after that.
Yeah, I really like the approach here because we've seen a similar strategy develop with the Hog Riders, but they're basically using the same entries, then laloing in one side with the Royal Champion, using the heroes on the other side with the Super Barbarians, it seems. You can see that Lalo in from the right-hand side, defending Royal Champion, getting to work on those, and he has to get in towards that scatter shot. The Air Sweeper proving troublesome.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the Queen lost her ability early on because she was not covered by the Warden ability. But he reacts there very nicely with the Invis to make sure that the Queen can take out the Monolith that could otherwise pose a threat in the end of the attack. The Royal Champion still has her ability and 2 freezes in the back as well, but even 2 freezes might not be enough to get through that enemy king that is waiting at the 12 o'clock multi-inferno.
Yeah, was he sending the Super Barbarians in at the top already? It seemed like they were just taking fire, whereas if he had been sending them in now, they'd also be protecting the Royal Champion, right? So maybe just sending things in a little bit too early here, but still, there's quite a lot of defenses left up. And despite a really nice approaches don't win wars. You need the 3 stars, and right now, early attacks, they're in the lead, despite the lower percentage.
They indeed are, because the Warden alone will not be able to finish this base. And that is quite interesting that they come in so confident with this strategy 3 times in a row. And maybe that is what they thought would be the best counter to those diamond-shaped bases that early attacks are running. But so far, it's not working out for them. And I doubt that early attacks were testing and predicting these exact entries.
Exactly, and if the remaining 2 players have already got their plans locked in for this strategy, even though it's seemingly not working, it's very hard to change it at this stage. They just have to power on and hope that they can get some 3 stars towards the end here.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I have no idea what they will do. But I'm sure this is not the only strategy that these players know. Of course, they are so versatile at this level, and we've seen versatility and different attack styles from Super B.L.T.X in the past. So now really the question is, do they think that this attack strategy will still be the right choice, or do they switch it up? But before that, we are back in early attacks corner.
Just pretend it's a legend attack. 30 seconds, scout, go in, you're good, right? Let's find out if early attacks can get the 3 star. This would allow them to take huge control of this war. And are we starting with a Skelly Bat Donut? Don't tell me we're going for the Town Hall again. I don't think I can take the pressure myself.
It would be a wonder if more than 2 teams had prepared that for today. And yeah, no, not today. He is coming in for the Clan Castle and the multi. Okay, he made the multi-invis the first time, but then he reacted with the second invisibility spell deployment. Now 1 more should give him the value he's intending, but no. I mean, he gets the Expo, which is nice to have, but of course he wanted the multi. And on top of that, he activated the Town Hall, but not the Rage Spell Tower.
Yeah, you can see in that Rage Tower area as well, it's not even the multi itself, it's having to get through that to get to the other buildings that are then enraged. It's just so much extra time and damage that on defense they're able to do. With the hero dive moving into that portion now, will that multi prove to be the deciding factor? Oh, I thought the Queen was even going to go to the outside for a second there, Maxi, but just about nipped in towards the Eagle Artillery.
Yeah, thankfully. Now the question is, okay, no, the question is not if the Queen can get the multi-inferno, because this is not the wall he's breaking. Rather, he wants to go into that 9 o'clock compartment, but with the multi being so close, it will do constant damage on his troops, especially with the Queen finding the tornado trap, and the Queen is dying. Slowly but surely, can she step out of range of the multi in time?
Oh, the Unicorn just can't get her healed up fast enough. Yes, just about gets out of range with the 2 ice golems now protecting. She can clear this side.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow.
The first ice golem even popped and thus used its freeze ability, and that allows the Queen to take out the enemy Queen and the scatter shot.
And that air defense, hugely important, obviously, for this Lalo. With that down, you can see everything now concentrating in towards the Town Hall. Rage Tower pops, but he's got the Battle Blimp on there with the Town Hall down. Can everything move around it? But at the moment, everything moving around the multi-inferno.
Unfortunately, yeah, that's exactly what is remaining standing and what he wanted to get with the Skelly Donut. Now, I think he just has to play according to his initial plan. Oh, look at this Queen still going, by the way, on the left side. Maybe she will finish the multi eventually. But as I said, he has to go in with this initial plan to the right side and hope that enough balloons can collapse onto this multi-inferno in the end. And so far, I think it's looking good, unless there's a huge red line farm!
No! A perfect freeze! He did what he could do, but on defense, we've mentioned the strength that Super B.L.T.X have on defense. The red air bombs taking those down, but is it still enough? They can get the bomb tower. We've got the hour with the Warden, Maxi. Everything cleaning up. Can they get the multi-target inferno in the end? Is
They can!
Let's give a round of applause for early Attax, because he held his nerve right until the end, and now they are in a commanding position despite that first attack.
They surely are. Now they have 10 stars over 6, so that means Super is under super pressure now. They really need to get that 3-star. They do not have a chance anymore if they get another 2-star unless their opponent get a 1-star that we don't want to think about at this point. So that means early Attacks, depending on the outcome of Super's next attack, could go for a safe 2-star approach rather than maybe their initial 3-star plan. So that will be something we have to keep our eyes peeled on. But for now, yeah, it's all about a Super's attack. And I think it's ready to go. So let's give it up for Super and maybe their comeback.
Well, they've got to get this 3-star if they have any chance. We're going in with, I thought we were going to use a similar approach looking at the troop composition, but he swapped to the Battle Blimp for skeleton spells. We do have the sneaky goblins clearing all of those resource buildings, so clearly wanting to get in towards the Town Hall there with the approach they've been using.
Yeah, that's right. So they're not switching it up for now, but we know that Wei is an incredible player. He has been the most valuable player at the 2019 World Championship, becoming a world champion with his team at the time, Nova Esports. So he is experienced, and we know that he is one of the best players in the world. So let's see if he can make it work. The Invis is down. The Town Hall, even with the 3 builder huts, is taken out. And now 2 minutes and 15 seconds to show us how strong this attack strategy might be.
Impeccable timing there with the spells. Battle Blimp. Oh, the Yetis, though, they move up towards the defending king, so they're not going to get the multi-target Inferno. And he committed a rage spell there as well. Super unfortunate, you have to say. Really nothing he could do about that.
Yeah, that's right. It's, I mean, the King's reign, the King's platform was far away, so I don't think he could have really foreseen this or taken this too much into account. But anyways, we have to wait and see. The other attacks really didn't just fail because of a back-end multi-inferno. So let's see maybe that in general, this approach will look stronger in the hands of Wei. He's not using the log launcher, as you said. He switched it up, so instead he had to invest a jump spell that he now used into the core of the base. But cores of bases are scary because all of the damage comes from all of the sides, so it's the most clumped up damage you can have in a base.
Indeed, managing to use the Warden ability with the Headhunter running through, does now get that Royal Champion, which means the attacking Royal Champion is clear on the right side to keep the Queen moving through the center. I am a little bit concerned of that rage spell. You can just see it on defense, back up, there it pops. And his king, despite having the Phoenix, there's nothing else around to help reinforce at the moment. He's still got enough to react. 50 seconds, I think, is the main factor here.
Yeah, but on the other hand, this rage spell will now run out. So once the Queen and the Royal Champion get into this area, it will not be there anymore. Hopefully it runs out in just a second. But also the King, with the help of the Phoenix, was brought back to life and did impeccable damage on the enemy Queen. So it will be easy for his Queen and Royal Champion to take her out.
Good.
And Judah, what are we even talking about still? This is a 3-star with the Royal Champion ability in the bag. Wei has done it! Congrats!
0 nerves. Did you see the camera at the bottom? He was just dialed in, knew exactly what he was doing all along. And what an exciting finish we're going to have to the end of this war. I feel like every single one of them today has come down to the wire and been anybody's game. But it's really nice to see that attack finally paying off for them. Maybe that's the momentum shift they needed to close out this war. Let's find out. We've still got early attacks in the lead, essentially, with their dominating position. So they really have to counter defense before they can have that opportunity.
That's right, but you know, the interesting thing is I just counted percentages, and Super B.L.T.X are still in the lead by far. So if early attacks were to 2-star now, that means that Super B.L.T.X could actually come back from this with the triple in their last attack. So let's find out what early attacks can do in their last attack.
'29 Super Barbarians. Just starting out with those as well. Finds a Tesla for the Flinger, making sure that he can distract the border there as well. He does have a Yeti, so presumably once he gets a little bit closer, he'll use the Yeti. Because we do have the Archer Queen down to the bottom here with the Super Barbarians funneling. Waiting on the healers a little bit longer, but obviously she's not under heavy fire, so all good so far.
Yeah, and a nice patient job there with the Super Barbarians funneling. And also look at this, at the right side of the base, this area is so trapped against a Flame Flinger, but he's able to lure all of the Teslas and traps there with his initial troop deployment.
Mortar does get one fire off to the Flinger as the Yeti got in range, but I'm sure he's not too devastated. Look down with the healers though. Has to now quickly send in balloons because he's hit 2 red air mines. Fortunately triggers another. There certainly could be more down there. Let's keep our eyes closed, eyes open, looking at that area.
Yeah, and definitely Niarom should not close his eyes, especially. Ooh, the Queen was low there for a second, and he finds so many traps. So this seems to be baited, but great job there with using the Queen ability. I don't know if maybe it was even forced, but her health was so low there for a second, but he was able to keep her alive.
Pressing that King ability on the left side means that the Queen will redirect across to the right, but check this out. There's all of the other red air mines. She goes up to the Eagle. I don't think she's going to that Town Hall anytime soon, Maxi.
No, it doesn't look like it, and oh, the invis was not perfectly deployed, and also even with the Queen surviving just a little bit longer, she will go back to the Town Hall, as I just was about to say. No, I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. It looked like she would stay in the core of the berries, but she doesn't get it! No! But maybe Super Barbarians.
He's got to send those in, but they've got a long way to go. Their rage will be down by the time they get there.
Oh.
They do, fortunately, since it had a slither of health, get that down. Keeping calm. Calmer than us. Skeleton spells on the backside of the base. The Royal Champion has very little health, and there's not a lot of troops. It's really whether the Super Barbarians can collapse to that scatter shot. It gets one fire off. It gets the second.
Oh, no!
They have all fell. So it's not going to be the 3-star, which I think, as you mentioned, means Super B.L.T.X can take this.
Yeah, that's absolutely true, and it was a little bit unfortunate that the Digi did not get a stun onto the Monolith. Rather, it went for the Skellies, so those were stunned, which doesn't help a lot. But yeah, we end with a 94. Will it be 95? No. We will watch a minion shooting away at a clan castle for just a little bit now, but we will stay at the 94% 2-star. And yeah, as I said before, if Super, now 3-star, their last attack, they can actually still win this.
Absolutely. They will be on 12 stars early attacks after this. Super B.L.T.X on the 9, but you can see the percentage. Like you said, they are so far in the lead. However, in the current meta, having 3 stars on the board is always what you want. But hey, you'd always take the opportunity to get it. 3 stars and you win the war. Sounds so easy.
Yeah, sounds so easy, but I mean, sounds fair, right? You have the 3-star in the last attack. It's nicer than if you have just the 2-star, for us at least, as viewers.
Yeah.
Because we know that it all depends on the attacker showing their very best, and we can see the emotion here among the viewers. And guys, there's just great tension in this hall. So let's give it up before we have the last attack and show what we've got here in Helsinki in the arena.
There we go. Let's get things fired up for this last attack and see who's going to win this, because we've already got one lower bracket matchup decided, which will be happening after this. One team eliminated, but we will be finding out who else is going down to that lower bracket, because remember, double elimination, the teams have to lose 2 before they're home. Let's find out what happens on this last attack.
That's right, and we're already in with 7 coming in, and they are sticking to what they think is best. The Super Barbarians in combination with the Super Goblins once more. So let's take a look how deep this Town Hall is in the base.
Yeah.
But he realized that the storage just don't really cover the Town Hall when you send the Super Goblins right from 6 o'clock, and I love how quick he was there, you know. We saw a couple of times where it took more than 45 seconds to take out the Town Hall. This time just 35, so I guess he won't have a big problem with time towards the end of the attack, but rather the push into the base.
Yeah, and I love the flexibility around funneling for the heroes. In some attacks, they opt for the sneaky goblins. In this one, obviously, being defenses up there, opting for the Super Barbarians. So even though there's only a 1-tile gap in the wall, the Queen still redirected up and went in, which means right now, it's looking great. Everything's following that log launcher. You can get into the heart of the base. Then, depending on where the heroes go, send his Royal Champion in the lava.
That's right, but the King is running in front a little bit as the Queen is stuck on the Lava Hound and Lava Pups. So yeah, he misses or he cannot use the ward ability with the King and his Barbarian. So now he uses it late, but the King was already brought back by the Phoenix. So yeah, and we know that during the reincarnation by the Phoenix, he will not be brought back by, or be supported by the Warden ability. But anyways, the Lalo is starting already with the Royal Champion. So much going on. I don't know how it's looking. What do you think, Judo?
I think it's really tough to call right now, actually. The Earthquake spell was really good to help lower the hit points of the defenses in that area. If I really had to call it, I would say he's probably going to be able to get it as long as he can swarm the Monolith at the bottom. Keep the RC ability and the invisibility for the back end. And so far, the balloons are out in front of the Queen. Decides to use the invis on the Monolith. He's got the freeze and Skelly spell. I think he's good. I think he's good. What do you think? Yeah,
it very much depends on a perfect Skelly spell deployment for sure. I don't like that he doesn't have a Headhunter though. But there goes the Skelly spell. Royal Champion is low on health, but now maybe freeze while the Skelly spell is active, and it would be nice to get the Rage Tower in the freeze as well. Okay, he goes for the easy one, and I think at this point that was the better choice. And I think it's looking good for 7, and he's already smiling and leaning back, and he is celebrating because he's actually done it! Super! Get the victory!
Clutching it out at the very end. 3 stars needed, and they had back-to-back 3 stars at the end there as well. A little bit of nerves are shaken off now. They still get the victory, and moving on to tomorrow's matches, they know what it feels like being on the big stage, and they know what it feels like to get a victory as well. I can't wait to hear from them. But wow, what a tight match that was. Despite the lower stars, we still had the same tension and pressure in each of the attacks.
For sure, especially because it was open until the very last attack, when the pressure was at its highest. Super's 7 was still able to perform, yeah, and like Wei as well. Both of these players showed us that the strategy they were preparing was actually very, very strong. So talking about them, let's hear from the players what they think about their victory.